showing yellow, and I'm used to a red or a green dot status. I don't know what yellow dot means.
Oh. Well, if you just
Like,
unplug it, it's probably still like catching up, I bet.
I guess maybe. I don't know. No,
Or yellow means it's an issue with the outside internet. And it has nothing to do with inside your house. And you can't do anything about it.
Wow. Yeah, and then I contact Comcast and they'll be like, "Oh, you probably have an old modem, or you should use our modem."
If we have to come inside your house, it's going to cost you $1,000.
Right. Even if it's
Don't
just
you
to use
work
your
with the
bathroom
internet?
and don't actually
I
address
mean,
the internet.
Isn't your work exclusively on the internet, though?
Yeah, and it does. I never have any issues. I literally just spent the last 2.5 hours
I
on
know.
a call on
That's what you
Microsoft
do.
Teams training someone. So there's like 25 people accessing this video. So our one-on-one makes no sense that we can't do this.
We just
But
suck up
hey,
so much bandwidth. You know what? Our conversation
doesn't
is
make
too
any
thick.
sense.
It's too thick for the internet. That's what it's got to be.
It's too deep. It's just too
Yeah.
deep. Get away, cat.
Get out of here, cat.
All right, let's
Well, at least it seems
try
it seems usable.
Yeah, let's try to do things. Okay, I got a green light now. It's green. It's hardwired, and you look not horribly pixelated. Let's go. Cue the music.
Let's go,
before
baby.
It closes.
Oh, the music. I pressed start for the music, and it's not going.
Yeah, it is
Let's
not
go.
playing anything. I am just moving my hands. There is no music playing, and I'm already thinking this is bad.
Age of yeah.
My daddy,
because my daddy worked hard for this.
Yep. So that's the acapella version of our intro.
Yeah. Cool. So we're gonna go without music.
Yep.
Ooh, has anybody ever done an acapella podcast like just voices? I bet not. I bet nobody's ever done that before. Like just using their voices
for a podcast.
Yeah. I knew we'd figure something out with this. I knew we'd like pioneer something brilliant. Wow, look at us. Man,
look at us.
We better
please.
delay the release of this. We need to pump it up somehow. Really advertise.
Yeah, definitely. Episode
the world's first acapella podcast.
40 from it's episode 40. 44. Maybe.
Well, let's not bury the lead. How was Thanksgiving?
Oh my
Everybody
goodness.
wants to know.
Wow. It was food and football, and that's pretty standard. No real craziness, but I try to act like I did right and went for a run in the morning, and then that buys you a free free pass to kind of do whatever the crap you want after.
Dude, same. For some reason the PFIT was open from like 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I was like, well, I might as well go hit it hard. Just so I can eat.
You're like, so I hit it mildly. You're like, so hard didn't happen, but I did hit it.
So instead, I didn't go, and I just ate pie for breakfast.
Did you really?
No, that would have been awesome. But I did go to the gym, and I feel, well, today's the day after Thanksgiving. Black Friday is known, which I don't even think it's a thing anymore, because if I didn't have to go to work today, I wouldn't have left the home at all. I would have been just inside with this food coma all day. Did I lose you?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, sweet. It's a black screen. All right. Hey, listen,
oh,
folks.
Good.
Yeah.
I can see you.
As long as you can hear me. I mean, I know it's not riveting conversation about me working out and getting shredded. But I don't know. People seem to like, what the old ladies at work keep telling me how my face is less fat. So I keep enjoying that.
See, now, is that a compliment?
I don't know. So it's like, yeah, it is and it isn't. Cause it's like, but before your face was like a marshmallow, like the Ghostbusters. You used to look like the Ghostbusters 2 logo for the most part, and now you don't. So I'm like, Thanks. And it's
You're
always
like,
the
well,
old
I do
ladies. I
walk
get,
around and give the
yeah,
peace sign a lot.
yeah. I get tacitly hit on by the old women at work all the time.
That's
Like, you're
cool.
losing weight. Yeah, you're really slimming down. I'm single, by the way. I don't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving. So, if you want to hang out, be like,
Wait,
sorry,
did that actually
sorry, I can't
happen?
date cashiers. No, I didn't. But I mean,
Oh,
I'm exaggerating. It's hyperbole, but it's always, you know what? It's 50 and up. Love me. I'm the I'm the I'm the Hallmark D movie
yeah.
stud who lost a bunch of weight and can't, not even a bunch. I lost like 15 pounds. Let's not make a thing about it. I don't even know because I don't even measure. But my face is less fat. So
Yeah.
yesterday I was like, fuck my face. I'm gonna eat some pie. That's what I did for Thanksgiving. Yeah. I was like, but
I
I ate
said it to
weight. I
myself
didn't.
and then I said it to
Yeah,
the pie.
yeah, yeah.
Fuck my face.
Uh, but I didn't even eat that. Like I was like, I'm not gonna eat a bunch of plates. I don't. Yeah, we went like you. I went to the gym. I felt really good. I ate like a plate and a half of like the standards, all good stuff.
Hmm.
But then I had like a pumpkin pie piece, a cherry pie piece, and then 2 pieces of like cherry, no, not cherry, pumpkin cheesecake. But fuck, man, if I don't feel that today, that is, it's just, I don't ever remember being food hungover. And it must just be because the way I'm living lately that it just really hit me. Like, I wanted to shit out of my belly button this morning and I couldn't.
Hmm.
I wish I
Hmm.
could have.
Hmm.
Wish I could have been a reverse, just in utero baby and just shit out of my umbilical cord because my tummy
Right.
hurt. It was just really packed with, yeah, with dairy, probably stuff that I've been eating and sugar and all this. Worth it. I'll say it was worth it. Um, but man, I was like, I can't. I used to do this on the regular. I used to eat like it
Right.
was Thanksgiving every day. I mean, instead of turkey, it was just pizza and burgers, but still, the quantity was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel you. It is. I went for a plate. I got a decent plate, but nothing crazy. I mean, I'm definitely more into like the turkey aspects. I had some sprouts, a little bit of stuffing, had a little bit of sweet potatoes, no regular potatoes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what else? Oh,
Good
there was
carbs.
mac and cheese. There was mac and cheese. I had a very little bit of mac and cheese, but I did get the burntness on the edge of the pan of mac and cheese. I'm like, give me that burnt.
Ooh,
Yeah. What
ooh,
is that burnt? I'll take some of that burnt.
ooh,
I
yeah.
want that more than
Daddy
noodles.
like.
Um, so I did some of that, and yeah, man. After the first plate, I'm like, I'm full, and like, I mean, yeah,
And
you
you should
eventually get
be.
to the point where you're like, yeah, right. And that's the problem is you're
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
this is terrible. What's happening? Like, it's the only time when you're mad that you can't eat more. Like,
I
you don't
know.
want to eat more, but you want to eat more. And so, like, then you're like,
You just want
well,
to taste it. Yeah.
right. So, like, you can either baby bird and just chew stuff up and then spit it out, but that's not really socially acceptable. So, like, you just stop eating and you're like, I guess I'll take it home. And then you're like, hope for the best. You're like, I hope I want this tomorrow. But
And
yeah,
do
I
you?
mean,
What's your
yeah, I mean, I'm
Thanksgiving
gonna.
leftovers opinion?
You have a 2 day window. That's it. After that, um, you just got to get back to real living. You got to go back to like normal. You got to go back to
Yeah.
normal. Like I've never been like the leftover turkey sandwich person. We did a little bit when we were younger because we'd have a lot of leftover turkey, but it's just about huck everything on the plate, heat it up, do like Thanksgiving part two, electric boogaloo, and then just call it like then we're done. We're done. It doesn't need to drag on longer than that. And that's okay. Um, but it was good. It was a good spread. Respect to those that contributed, uh, and yeah,
What did you contribute?
no complaints. I was there.
Right,
My
the presents. Yeah,
presence
the
is
presence
really
of your
the
presents.
yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Did I do something? I bought the celery that was used for the appetizer chicken wing dip. So that was pretty good.
Oh, that's a new.
I washed and cut the celery too. This wasn't no pre-washed, pre-cut celery.
Yeah, you showered with it.
No, nope. I ran it under a faucet. I'm not sure how you prepare celery in your world.
Yeah. Ants on a log,
I ch- oh god.
and I don't know.
celery, like it's
You
just
guys
an
get it.
edible spoon. That's all celery is.
Yeah.
It's an edible
And
spoon. It's
plus,
not really
you know
supposed to
what?
taste like anything.
You burn more calories than you take in eating it.
Yeah,
So
especially when
you
you put chicken
really,
wing dip on it.
I know. What a modern take. Is that the new, our generation's Thanksgiving chicken wing dip?
Dude, chicken
I
wing
love
dip's
it.
so good. And Caitlin made a great batch and it was phenomenal. And it's like, man, a good chicken wing dip, that's a guaranteed successful appetizer because there's nothing worse than when like you go somewhere and someone has apps out and you're like, what is this? Like, I
Yeah.
don't like to be rude, but you can make a bad contribution to a potluck. I've been to enough work potlucks and family gatherings where it's like, especially what you can't do is F it up if you're bringing like the thing. Like if you're like, hey guys, I'll handle the stuffing. You better bring A game stuffing. Because if your stuffing recipe is a pile of dog shit, consider yourself uninvited to future
Yeah.
food based
It's got
events.
it's just got to taste good under gravy. It's got to have some consistency. You got to be able to mash it around with everything else. That's all I want with my plate. I'm a masher. How about you? You got to keep it compartmentalized? I like to I don't
No,
mind
I
everything
used to as a
touching.
kid.
I'm okay.
I used to as a kid, and now I'm just like, yo, stab that piece of turkey, swishing around a little bit of the uh I'm not even a huge gravy guy, but it's like, yeah, I'll dip my turkey into little potato action, sweet or mashed, whatever. And maybe if I can get a Brussels sprout on there too, he'll come along for the
A little
ride.
green,
Bag
yeah.
it. Yeah, let's go.
I love the way our greens come at Thanksgiving. It's either in cream of mushroom soup with crispies on it, or in macaroni and cheese or broccoli. It's like you barely get you got there's greens there, but you got to look hard to find them. They're always
Yeah.
mixed in something.
I think one
And
of the
like
greatest sorry,
what?
go ahead. I
Mm.
was gonna say, I think one of the greatest inventions of bastardizing greens is broccoli and cheddar soup.
Oh
That's
yeah,
amazing that we made a soup consisting of
it's the hottest
broccoli
soup
and
there
then
is.
and
Everybody
then
loves it.
cheese.
Yeah,
Cheese and
there's
broccoli.
it's the yin and yang of the food pyramid of like digestion of everything in life, of nutrition, everything. Yeah, yeah, it literally is. Yeah, but damn it if it isn't good.
Absolutely.
I like that. And I remember also for traditional Thanksgivings because we had one like it's either, especially in the Italian world, but it's either the ambrosia salad, which is not a salad at all. It's tiny marshmallows and candied fruits and everything put into Jello, or just a Jello salad. It's just like past the Jello and but it's not dessert. It comes out with the meal, so it's like a side dish.
It's so
So it's like
weird.
it is, but it's part of the meal. It's not. Yeah, it's not dessert at all. This is like regular meal. Yeah,
You can't have any pie until you finish your
yeah,
marshmallow jello.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it
It's
was
just because that's why I got such a sweet name. Ambrosia. Like that
yeah,
sounds like an old timey dish. Ambrosia salad.
yeah.
And it's like JKLOL, it's marshmallows and
It
jello.
sounds like something Link finds in Hyrule. If he beats a
Okay.
boss, he gets one
Sure.
pot of ambrosia salad that will replenish him during boss battles. It's very glorious. It's just marshmallows and Jello. Yeah. Um, it was fun. We did one of my favorite moments. It was such a fantastically chill day. I don't think I haven't had it off. Well, I guess, yeah. Thanksgiving. It was probably my first proper Thanksgiving with the family in a long time. Last year I worked on it on that day till 4, so I missed the first dinner, but it was fine. It was great. 2021 I was home, but it was like still so new. I was still like living at home. I hadn't found my new place yet, so it still felt weird. I still felt like I was like lost. So this felt like the first one where it was like, all right, cool, we're here. We're just vibing. I like
It's
it. I
this is on
know everybody.
purpose.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I
So it's
felt like
fun.
yeah, I went to an event. I elected to go to an
Yeah.
event and yeah, I hear you.
Felt
I
like I
hear
was
you.
home for Thanksgiving for the first time in a long time.
That's cool.
But it was, and we did. My dad was like, before dessert. Like we took a break before dessert, which is it was a good idea. I'm glad we did that.
That's always a good idea
And
on Thanksgiving.
yeah, and my dad was like, hey, You guys ready for the pumpkin toss? And I was like, what is this? He's like, it's a tradition. I was like, it's not a tradition.
I'm
I
in your
don't know this.
family. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
be aware.
I was like, unless you did it between 3 to 15 years ago, which could be a tradition, but I was like, is
That's
this a
true.
real thing? I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, I was like, it sounds like we just go out and throw pumpkins. And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, let's do it. We went out and yeah, sure enough, because they have a garden. So he's got pumpkins in there. So we start out with like the tiny pumpkins, just tossing them between each other all the way up to the heaviest pumpkin. And we just throw it back and forth at each other and see if it fell.
Did it?
A couple times, but it didn't break. It was
Oh,
just really fun. It was like authentic. I don't know. It was like the weirdest, most fun thing I've done with my dad. I was like, why are we throwing a
that.
pumpkin back and forth at each other?
So
It's a
throwing the
tradition.
ceremonial pumpkin sound like the tradition of throwing the ceremonial pumpkin back and forth and the pumpkins get larger sounds like something stupid that they made up for Dwight in the office. Like it sounds like
Yes.
that's what Dwight's family
Yes.
would
When they were
do.
pranking,
Would
yeah,
be like
yeah.
throwing the ceremonial pumpkins. Oh, that's good.
It was really
That's
beautiful.
definitely like a Pennsylvania Dutch tradition.
Yeah. And then my sister and I, Emily and I, we co-opted the TV and played a bunch of Mario Wonder for like 4 hours. Couch co-opted it.
We
It was
beat it.
great. It's so
We
fun.
beat it.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
did?
we beat it Wednesday
We're
night.
on we're at Bowser's ship. So I think we're
Oh,
gonna finish it online. Plus, it's like I get weird about games where it's like I want to get all the extra stuff before I complete it. I don't have to. I probably won't, but I'm like, so it's like, Emily, okay, now you go do your homework and finish that. And that we're gonna, because some of those levels you gotta beat as a single person, Fortunately for me, lucky me. But it's like some of those levels are so hard to play as two people. We're getting into some
it
deep
is.
gamer shit, but it's like you got to be on the same screen. If not, I love how it's like on the same screen. If somebody's
Just
like off
pushes them
screen,
off.
boop, dead, boop, dead. But what a beautiful game, man! It's so
Yeah,
fun.
no, it's really hard to describe to someone like, Caitlin certainly not doesn't have the experience with gaming that I do. She's not inept in any way, but she's just doesn't have the same
The reps.
the reps.
Yeah.
And so like on the side scrolling ones where you have to be quick and stuff, and I'm just like, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going ahead to make sure that I stay alive. And she just
Yeah.
dies incessantly. I'm like, but we'll just get through the board. We'll just get through the board. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are some
But
boards that are, it's like,
yeah,
even if it was
you just keep
too,
flying to me with your little ghost. You keep flying. Yeah. Deep cuts,
yeah,
but yeah.
even if there was two experienced people, two players, some co-op stuff is very difficult.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's what I'm at now. Is now that we've completed the game together, I'm going back and filling in the blanks on the
Yeah.
incomplete stuff.
I mean, you
It is
got
fun
it. Plus, it's replayability, and you get the. There's something about it's not an OCD thing, but it's like it's fun to like because a lot of the challenges in Mario games are like, okay, you can beat the regular level, but to get to this thing, you have to do it this way. You have to do it better and faster, and it's like, I want to do that. I want to challenge challenge myself. Finally, a real challenge in my life, beating
though. Oh my
Mario
gosh.
Wonder. Yeah, everything's been easy up to this point, but
Finally a real challenge. Finally I get something in life I can hang my hat on.
yeah.
Putting that one in the old dating profile.
Mm-hmm. Beat Mario Wonder, sort of. See, you can't say that. Beat Mario
No.
Wonder, 100%. Ping, 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 ping. There you go. Oh, look out. Look out. Likes around. 5'8". Mario Wonder, 100%. There you go.
What else? I mean, the rest speaks for itself. You want to know more, ladies? You got to inquire
Yeah.
within. I'll give you a piece.
Hey, your beard is getting hairy.
It
I
is.
just
It is. It's I gotta go to the
I was
barber
looking
soon and try to
I
fix
was
it.
looking at some videos the other day. Like
Yeah.
if you look at our store whatever on the YouTube of all the shorts,
Yeah.
I was like all the pictures, I was like, holy shit. That beard is getting longer and longer. Is it
Yeah.
by design? Is this your winter look?
Yeah, I mean it has been the last couple of years. It is a pain in the butt though. Like it's not easy. It's not easy having a beard, folks. It's annoying because mine's a little curly and I wish it was straighter. It's a little thin. I wish it was a little bit fuller. My mustache game is difficult because my hair doesn't go up all the way up to the bridge of my nose. So yeah, you know what? There's trials and tribulations, just like everything else.
It's funny. I fight with the connect here,
Oh
like
yeah,
down
yeah,
here. Like people are like, "Why do you shave that under your lip?" And I'm like, "This is the way
yeah.
I
Same.
am. This is
Yeah,
who
I'm
I
like,
am."
who says why do you shave that?
I
Like
know.
you don't say that to
Yeah,
people. You don't go like, "Hey, why you shave patches in your face?" I don't.
yeah,
God does. Now leave me alone. Why are we
yeah.
talking?
Why is your forehead so big? Why did you make your
Yeah.
forehead so big like that?
Do you hold your breath a long time and the forehead just expanded? How does this
Mm-hmm.
work? Um, it is.
That's
It's
one
a
of my
winter
favorites.
look,
Hey,
just
you look
like
like
wearing
Jimmy
hoodies.
Neutron.
Nice.
That's what?
Look at that
Wait, what?
cowlick though. Your cowlick is on
I'm leaning
fire
into
right
it.
now.
Yeah, if you guys haven't
And
checked it
that
out
is a
yet, I'm
look.
going full cowlick. So I
Wow.
used to comb it this way, you guys, and now I'm going this way because guess what? I just want to be myself, you guys. And Strange Fam, you guys know I've been talking about it for a long time. Like I have a lot of cowlicks and bald spots, and none of them cooperate with each other. They're all against the grain. And now I'm
He has a
like,
follicle
I'm gonna
civil
lean into it.
war on his
I'm
head.
going in. Yeah. So now I'm going full colic, maybe full Conan O'Brien at this point, almost. I got to be careful here.
A little bit.
Um, but I was like,
I think you should
if
put
I can still
product in
have
that like
hair,
red in it. I think you should make it brighter red. I do.
yeah,
I'm not even kidding. That adds some
oh
flair,
my,
dude.
like, do you mean like cool red or like Ronald McDonald red?
No, no, no. Like amplifies the gingerness.
Okay. So right now
Like,
it's a lot of gray and
yeah, like
poop.
bold red.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
bold red. Do I have it in
Kind of
me?
like what your shirt is. What your shirt is right now, like a reddish maroon. I don't know if that's red or maroon due to the lighting, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that. I want to see like red, red. So
Now
then I
that'd be
can
a
give you
bold
shit
move.
about it. Yeah.
I did go to a new barber this week, friend of the family, and she gave me like kind of a cool cut in terms of like here I'll reveal the sideburns. You can't even tell now, but she did like she's like, "Do you want me to taper?" And I was like, "Yeah, do it every." I told her I was like, "I'm doing the listen. This is what's going on. I'm changing my life. I'm crisising hard. I
Mm-hmm.
need no."
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, "I'm gonna lean while I can have hair. I want to love my cowlicks." So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just lean into it. So now I'm basically turning my hair this way. So whatever you got to do. And then she's like, I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna like taper up. And she did. She like edged me up. You can. It sort of already grew back, but she like gave me like kind of almost like a TikTok kid's haircut on the side. And I was like, oh no, I can't live like this. It was like I'm used to like just sideburns full on coming down here, but she
Yeah.
like super. So now, but it's a game. I can tell it's a game because if you get that haircut, you got to go in there like every 2 weeks to get it fixed up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she got
Mm-hmm.
me in the system now. If I'm gonna keep this haircut, I got to be a regular, basically. I see what's going on.
It's all
Um,
part of their game.
yeah,
Illuminati
but I'm
confirmed.
trying. I'm trying.
It's more than just the hair. So it's just a small part of it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go there for the conversation. It was the first time. This is my favorite. Is I was like, how'd you get this place? I guess apparently it used to be like an old like hidden casino or gambling thing. Like if you walked into the like her little narrow shop, like if you went through the wall, it was filled with like illegal gambling stuff. And then we were talking about putting art on the wall and stuff like that. And she was like, "Yeah, I can't decide what to do." And I was like, "Oh, you should put up like pictures or paintings of like cards or dogs playing poker and all that, or like other like just cards." And she then like a minute later, she's like, "Oh, cards! I thought you meant like yeah, I should do that." And I was like, "Yeah, it's like I didn't mean like Uno or Go Fish. I meant like because the story you just told me can make
She's
it
like, like greeting
play into it."
cards.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, a card. I mean, that wouldn't be terrible either. Like a whole wall of greeting cards, different ones. I think we're business partners with her now.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
I was like, lean into the gambling.
absolutely. If that's a legit story, like I would absolutely lean
Yeah.
into that. That's an easy, different thing to do. And in a barbershop, that's kind of appropriate. Like people want to
Mm-hmm.
hear that.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if it sounds like I'm making fun. I'm not, because she was awesome. So I'm gonna go back. She was good. I feel like I finally
Okay.
found my barber in Auburn. It's been like
Oh,
almost 3 years or 3 years. Yeah,
wow. That's a
seems about
special
right.
moment.
3 years. Yeah.
I haven't had
You
a
found,
defined barber in years. In
who do you go to?
with.
Who's your source? Does it have the word super or sports in it?
I have. When my hair was way less like to do, when I still had hair, I was going to sports clips, very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But you know why? Because they had their MVP package where they give you like a hot towel and stuff. And
I
I'm like,
got
I
talked
actually
into that.
enjoy
I got
this.
advertised that. Yeah.
Yep. I'm like, that's fine for like $5. Yeah, I'll do a hot towel on my face.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now I'm my own barber. I shave me or
Oh,
my
true.
head,
That's
but
right.
I do need to go to a barber to like kind of try to shape up the beard and see if there's something I can do with it. But like I need barbers that are like inspired. The problem was is you go to like a place like Sports Clips and they're just like, "Oh, I can make your hair cut." And I'm like, "Well, do
Yeah.
something interesting with it. Like
I can make your
free
haircut.
free palette. Figure this out.
Yeah.
Here's what you have to work with and really make me look not terrible." And like a lot of times I'd come out and be like, "I could have fucking done that." I'm like
Yeah.
like I'm like, get creative. There's not a lot to work with. Like, it's not creative if someone has a ton of hair and you just do something interesting. I want you to be put to the test, and that is a balding man who also has a scrappy beard. Figure out this beard, make me look somewhat interesting. Because right now I'm looking more mountain man because I haven't done anything with it. Like I put some product in it to keep it a little fluffy so that when it is time for them to shape it, they have not brittle hair to work with. So like I have to cream the
Ooh.
beard. Oh yeah, you gotta
Fuck yeah.
cream in
You
the
do.
beard.
That's all. I mean, you
It's like a
need to.
weird skateboard term. Like what are you doing? Just
Yeah.
cream in the beard, bro.
Dude. Yeah. Element presents Cream the Beard,
Yeah,
starring
exactly.
whoever. Eric Costin. He's not Element. Whatever, you guys know it's not.
Whatever, narc.
Oh my god, you skater nerds. I know most of our listeners are skater nerds, but
They are. There's a big,
that's
big following of skater nerds.
it is. I mean that's cool that you like take care of the beard though. Like you gotta put the oils in, you know?
Mhm.
Lotioning and oiling, oiling and lotioning. You gotta, you know, gotta really care for it.
You know. So what's on your agenda?
Okay, you want to get
This
to
week,
the
and
agenda of
I'm
the
actually
show? 29
yeah.
minutes in? Okay. Well, I forgot, but I should probably finish this
Okay.
story I started last time about a girlfriend that I brought to an improv show.
Ah
She kept
yes.
saying no. So here's this. Well, let me tell it quickly. Um, it starts at an improv show and ends at the Texas Capitol. So the Capitol building, I'll say. But yeah, it was a girlfriend I had. So it was like when I started dating her, I was still like doing improv, and so like we got like free. We got to go to any show for free at the theater that we were going to. So I brought her on a date to it. And then,
Okay.
as I mean, I had mentioned, but like she was like audible in the crowd, like her response to the actors and whatever this scene where people be like, oh, and now I've oh no, I'm coming through the door. I can't believe you have a chainsaw. And she'd be like, no, like doing that, like saying no to premises and stuff. And I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stop. I'd
Why?
go here. I don't know. I think she was drunk, but in my defense, she was drunk before we went out that night.
Oh.
So she had a pool day at the apartment. An Austin pool apartment day is basically limeritas IV'd into your veins. Um, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, she wasn't really. She was having fun. I mean, I think she was nervous because it was me. It was me, you
Was
guys.
this a
It was like,
date
come
or
on.
a girlfriend?
This was like one of our first few hangs, so we weren't a couple yet,
Okay.
and maybe shouldn't have been, but you know.
So you thought after
But
a
so,
day drinking at the pool, you should take her to an event like improv. Like when she start, be honest with me and be honest with our listeners. When she started sputtering shit out, did you go like, yeah, this makes sense? Or were you actually like taken aback that it started happening? Be honest.
I was bummed.
That's not what I'm asking. Because
Oh,
bummed
taking it
sounds like
back.
you
I mean, wait, does
no,
it make sense? What
bummed
do you mean?
bummed it sounds like you're like, yeah, this is on par with when I picked her up, she was hammered and I knew she wouldn't be able to handle the
Oh no, I
social
mean, I mean,
aspect of it.
she wasn't like hammered like that. I mean, but wait, was it on par with who she was as a person?
Yeah, like were you that
No,
surprised?
I
Okay.
was. Yeah,
You were
but I
surprised?
didn't know her that well. This
Okay.
is like, I don't know, one of our first few times hanging out. But she had. I mean, it's clear she had never been to like an improv show. And again, I'm not even gonna say that I disagree with her saying no, but you just don't say no at an improv. You don't say no. You don't. You're not audible at any program you attend live. You shouldn't be that way unless it's a concert.
Well,
But like if you're at a
that's
play, a
my thing. Is
comedy
you're like
show,
she's never
yeah,
been to
yeah,
a
you're not part
comedy
of the
show or anything.
show.
But
Yeah.
right, like Matt, I don't. I think you're buying excuses for her because I don't. Even if you've never been to an improv show, when have you ever been part of an audience and thought it's a good idea to yell out no? Unless you're at a concert where the lyrics are no, and that's part of the song that you're at. That's the only
Well,
time
none
you're ever
times
in
I
an
guess.
audience where you should be yelling no. Right. So I don't think this is a she didn't realize how comedy works. She sounds like someone who's either being a turd on purpose or doesn't understand social events in general.
Well, either way, um, we took it to the streets
What does that mean?
afterwards. It ended up being a really fun night. You know how I had to stop her from saying no? Yeah, I don't know why you would know that. I had to put my fingers in her mouth. That'd be insane. No, we just made out for a little bit in the. Shh.
She earned it, huh?
No,
She
that's
earned that
then
make
we
out
just started
sesh.
making out, and I was like, oh, this is all right. This is yeah. Keep saying no. Oh no, wait. Oh fuck. No, why did I say it like that? Oh, don't clip
Oh
this. Me.
boy.
Jesus Christ.
What?
No, no, no,
Mm,
not like that.
great. Now the
But yeah,
DA's office
we
is going
walked
to ask to
around
talk.
Congress Ave, and then we just
Okay.
hung out. We just, you know, we walked over to the state capitol building, and then we just hung out all night. Just kind of like made out all night, and we probably
Nothing more
did some stuff
romantic
that
than
was
the state
illegal.
capitol building. I'll tell you that.
I know. I was like, we're gonna get arrested here for sure because there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
But we didn't. Then we just went back to her place and ate Fruit Loops. That's the end of that story. Then we dated for 3 years.
And then fast forward, we dated for 3 years.
Yeah. Uh huh. Uh huh. It was the breakup where we both broke up and neither one of us cried.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. I should have figured it out that night. It would have been a lot easier. I
It would have. Yeah.
was like, you know what? We just don't have a lot of similar sensibilities, really, or interests. It's like a lot of like lowest common denominator, and she's awesome. Like I like her a lot. Yeah, she's an awesome person. It just wasn't like our coupleship wasn't right, and I think we both tried to like force it and make it work and make it happen because like I think we cared about each other as people, but it wasn't like I don't know. It's one of those. I don't know if everybody has one of those in life where you just have a relationship with somebody, just neither person wants to end it because you both like each other as like friends enough or whatever, but then you're just like, what do we, you know? It's like kind of like It was like I had to take a flight from New York to LA, but instead I had to like take like 60 stop offs along the way. It was like
I
the
took
worst layover thing.
19
Yeah.
layovers all around the
Yeah, yeah.
country.
I was like, could have just went direct. And I think there was points where she probably was like that, and I was probably like that. We're like, what are we even doing? But we would kind of like, we never fight about it, but it's like, I don't know, like I just need time, or like, well, we're not, but we'd still keep doing it just because I guess in a way we were both hopeful that it would keep going, even though we both knew it wouldn't. But it wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't like any hatred or anything, or it was just like, again, more of a bummer than anything. But I'm glad. I mean, if we were together now, neither one of us would be happy. So it's like
Well, yeah, I
it
mean,
worked out. But
she'd be still saying no, and she probably
yeah,
found someone else to say no at comedy shows, right? That's how that
yeah,
works. She's now with someone who also likes to go to comedy shows, but they both just yell
and
no.
say no. Yeah, yeah, no,
It's
no,
such a weird dynamic.
no. Like, what are you saying? You
Why
don't
are
say that.
you
Yeah, just say.
refuting that? That'd be like
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
singing the lyrics to a different song, like to a
yeah,
different artist at a concert.
yeah,
Like, I'm going to sing these lyrics. Why? Because these are more gooder lyrics than yours. Why are you
yeah,
here then?
yeah. So that was that story. Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
she
thinking of
sounds
a
nice.
relationship question.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about it at work one day with somebody. Well, I guess firstly, have to know: have
Firstly,
you ever have you ever cheated or been cheated on? And I would say maybe in a significant way, not necessarily like because I could be like high school or I don't know,
yeah.
but in a significant enough way where it was like, and I don't want to make it sound like other times are significant, but if I was going to say like, oh, my high school girlfriend made out with somebody once when I was at college, it's not really formative
Right.
and necessarily in a way.
I mean, not to my knowledge, I haven't
Yeah,
been. And no, and it's no, it's always kind of like I don't know, like movies and stuff painted it always. I'm like this comes up all the time, like cheat, like people cheating on people. I'm like, man, movies and TV make it seem like this is happening
yeah.
incessantly. Um, so not that I know of, it's just never been a thing. Have you ever been witness to
Ooh,
like, or have you ever been in tune with a cheating that you were like a bystander that either your friend was being cheated on or your friend was cheating on their significant other?
what I know of is my best friend Brett, who just had a baby with his wife, is currently cheating on her, and they love this podcast. And I just know that they're getting a real kick out of this by me saying this, and it's totally not true. But hey, love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Just
I was
enjoy
like,
this
where
moment.
is this going? I'm like, I
Yeah,
feel like they listen to
they're
this.
gonna get a kick out of it. They're gonna get a real kick out of
Man,
this.
that's priceless. The old new
Yeah,
dad cheating.
you guys know how we joke. Yeah, this is fun. I can't wait till the yeah. Okay. Um, you know what?
Not like a
Nothing
good
sticks out as like
infidelity joke.
outright cheating like that I've witnessed or that I don't know. Nothing's coming to mind for sure. If it was, it wasn't that serious. It was just like hanging out. It's just like, well, here's I guess because I wanted to get to this. What do you think is worse, physical cheating or emotional cheating? And I guess for my definition, physical cheating is obviously like sexual. I mean, making out for sure. I mean, would be included in that, especially if it's a serious relationship. Or emotional cheating, which probably takes time for a while, but that somebody's like falling in love or fell in love with somebody that they knew. Or I mean, do you get the idea? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Or is there a worse? Is
I
there a
don't
worse
know.
one? Do you
I
think?
don't know that there's a worst because emotional cheating seems like you're like investing into stuff. Like you're making calculated decisions to like amp up the communication and like interactions with people. And that's I mean, I don't like yeah, it just doesn't sound like it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that there's a worse version. Um that's a good question.
This
Uh
person I was talking to, I was like, I thought emotional was worse too, because the same thing. But she was like, well, I think physical is worse because physical you can stop. Like it's something that is easy to stop yourself from doing.
Uh-huh.
And in a way, and I was like, I guess I get that, but in a way, it's not because I think it's easier to stop yourself from emotional cheating because emotional cheating is a build, like it's an intent in a way where you keep doing
It's the
something.
long
Whereas like
game.
physical is like, I mean, whatever. Somebody could fuck up one time or something, or not to make it right. Because I would be like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a part of this. Whatever. If you're mistake prone that much, like I'm not. I don't really want to be a part of it. But um, in her mind, it was like, well, because that's saying fuck you to the other person directly is by like fucking somebody else. And I was like, yeah, that's true. But then I was like, well, isn't fucking just physical sometimes? And it's not necessarily about the person. It's just like a thing. And I was like, so yeah, you're right. You can't decide which one. For some reason, I guess I
Yeah.
lean more like I'd be more hurt emotionally. Like if somebody I was dating was like, oh, I, we were, we were drunk and I had sex with this person or whatever. And I was like, then I'd be like, well, do you love them or something? I don't know. That's like my immediate thing. I was like, do you know? Like, how do you know them? Like, do you know? Like part of me thinks I could get over like the sexual part of it in a way. I think so, but I don't, because versus like, oh, I've been in love with somebody for 6 months and haven't told you about it, and that's what's affected our
Right.
relationship for this
And I
last
think
year. And
I
it's
think
like,
that's my
yeah,
interpretation too.
yeah.
Probably. Let me ask you this, kind of related but
It
not
probably
really,
feels
but
shitty.
sort
I mean,
of.
it feels shitty either way.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. What is your take on strippers? Like as far as like so
Hmm.
obviously neither one of us have
Oh,
ever
for
been
cheating
married, but
or
obviously
what?
the yeah, like people going to strip clubs or people getting strippers, whether it's guys, girls, what have you, because girls have their own versions of things and guys
Mm-hmm.
going to strip clubs. Do you feel that that is some sort of like issue?
Do I? No, I not really. Um, but I think in anything like that, there needs to be a conversation about it. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I would say, I mean, I think ultimately it'd be fun. It'd be fun to be in a relationship where whether you went to a male strip club or whatever, somewhere in between, it'd be fun to do it together and experience it together. I guess in a way, but like if I was dating somebody and she was like, they want to go to this male strip club," I'd be like, "Okay, I trust that you're not gonna fall in love with somebody or have sex with somebody there. That it's just a show and it's silly, really. We all know it's really silly and fun. And I mean I would be the same. Like if I was like, oh my god, like all if I was like, hey, all my friends, hey, listen, you know how all my friends like to go to strip clubs, all the friends that I have, they really want me to go tonight. I guess I would want her to be like, cool. Or I don't know. If she was like, I don't want you to go, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. But if she was like, yeah, go ahead, because I know that it's kind of again like it's just naked bodies and dancing, and it's not like reflective of necessarily being sexual or in love. Like I think it falls somewhere in between where it doesn't have to be. It's just a show, and it's just nudity, and it should be fun in a way.
That's
I
kind
don't
of the
know
thing is
if that
it
makes
doesn't
sense,
seem
but
real. Because certainly, if
yeah,
girls, if you're not aware, the strip clubs do not make it seem like anything normal. Like if it was a strip
yeah,
club that was set up to be someone's like basement, that would be weird because it would feel more real. But like it's
yeah,
neon lights and weird stages and stuff. It's like nothing seems real about anything. But that being said, I think I had the same concept where I'm like, I wouldn't care like in any way, shape, or form. But also, I would want them to think the same because the last time I went to a strip club was at a bachelor party in Atlantic City and I was
sure
there for
enough, yeah,
10 minutes and I'm like, I just don't want to be here. I'm like, this
yeah.
environment
I'm
does
also
not make
uncomfortable
I'm like,
there.
this
Yeah,
does
yeah, yeah,
not make me comfortable. I'm like, I don't like and I think it's because I'm really observant. And so like I more like to analyze the other men that are there. And I'm like,
yes,
this
yeah.
this guy, I'm
Look at
like,
those dudes.
and the problem is I want to just hang back by the wall and like pick guys and pick their backstories and tell someone else my stupid backstory about every person sitting there. But like, it's weird because it's like casinos where it's like there are usually two far end of like types of people that go to like casinos. Really rich like ballers, and the exact opposite. People that are like,
Yeah.
I have $45, so I'm going to spend 50 of it at the casino. Um, it's like it's strip clubs are similar. It's just like it's either the, oh wow, wonder what that guy's all the whole deal about. Oh, private table and blah blah blah, and then the other guy's like, did you just get out of like your double
Yeah.
shift at the mine shaft and you came right here? Like, what are you doing? So
I didn't know you
it's
could
just an
put a deed
uncomfortable
to a
situation.
home
And I'm like,
on the table.
yeah, I'm like, I just don't want to do it. So like, I have nothing against the women that are supplying such entertainment. Good for you. Good for you to make money off of
Mm-hmm.
something that God gave you and you kind of just worked at. Like, honestly, I don't care. Go nuts. Good for you. You make money in a way that a lot of people probably won't admit to it, but wish they could. Like, you're just showing up, getting naked, having a blast, and making some cash. Like, good for you if that's what you want to do. I have no qualms with the morals
Yeah.
or anything, and I think it's whatever. But it's just not. I've just found out. I'm like, I just don't find entertainment in it.
And it should be fun, I guess
Yeah,
ultimately, like if I'm with somebody and they're like, I don't want you to go there, it's not fun for me to think that you're going there, I probably wouldn't. But also, I don't know if I would be with somebody that would be like that opposed to it I don't know, in a certain way. I guess it's like whatever, everything else. It's like it's so many areas of gray and communication and being confident in your relationship kind of stuff.
yeah,
And it's like it's easy to if your significant other's like, I'm gonna go to a strip club because so and so's retirement party and we're gonna do this, and be like, oh my god, that sounds awesome, that sounds hilarious, like you guys have a good time. Like, I can't wait to hear the stories. Like, that'd be an awesome relationship where you can be in that, where
yeah.
that
And I
person's
think
like,
for like for like other people's bachelor parties, I think that's kind of usually the dynamic. But I've had some bachelor parties where the bachelor is like, we can do whatever, just don't involve strippers. Like, it can't involve strippers. But I've had other ones that are like, how dare you not involve strippers? Like, why didn't you guys get me a stripper? It's a really it's not only do you have to have the conversation with the significant other, if you're part of a bachelor party, you better find out if that bachelor wants strippers, because that seems to be a make or break regardless of what any other detail is.
um well, when I get married, I want do I want strippers? I
At the
want
wedding
a
or just the
party where we
bachelor
have
party?
all the strippers all together with everybody. That's going to be the bachelor and bachelorette parties are together, and we have all the strippers, and we all cheat on each other. That's great.
Huh,
Huge
that
orgy,
got out of
huge
hand
orgy,
quick.
and
Yeah.
then we get married the next day. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Can it can
Roll
it
it
be
right
like an
in. Roll it right
eyes
into the wedding.
was that like eyes wide shut, kind of like that whole
Yeah,
dynamic? Like
something like
everyone
that.
wears like
Yeah. Ooh,
masquerade
masks. That's a
stuff.
good idea.
Yeah.
Nobody will know.
Yeah.
Nobody will
Don't
know
make it
if you have
weird.
the mask on.
Don't make it weird.
Yeah.
Let people wear like fancy peacock masks and stuff. Um,
Yeah, that'd be excellent.
yeah, definitely. And have it at like a weird place. Have it like not, yeah, have it be at maybe like a rent out like a laser tag place and have it there. So that it's kind of like a neat
Naked
scenario.
laser tag? That'd be fun.
Naked laser tag. You could play laser tag naked.
Rent it out,
Right.
or naked roller skating. What else?
Oh yeah,
all the
I think
all the
Reva would
fun
be
kid
down with
stuff.
that. Reva Roller
Yeah,
Drome
yeah.
would be really down with that. Do some naked roller skating, do the hokey pokey, and then
Naked. Yeah.
go play some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 player.
Dude, can you rent out the McDonald's Playland naked? All
Yeah, I
that.
think so.
Chuck E.
Yeah,
Cheese.
they probably have to close the whole thing down for like sanitation process, but yeah,
Hmm.
I think they could work that out.
Yeah, because all my friends got dirty dicks.
Oh wow, that's
Ah.
that didn't have to happen.
Scrolled'em.
Damn near killed
That
them.
segue. Scrolled'em.
Mm-hmm.
Scrolled'em. Again, the fastest sweeping segment in podcast history.
Yep.
Scrolled'em. Segment where we scroll through our phone and randomly pick on a name and tell a story about them if we remember them. Which, okay, yeah, you go
Yep.
first. Yep.
Interesting concept. Ted Wilson. Ted is
That's
in
a
my
fake
phone.
name.
Ted Wilson. Ted is in my phone. Ted is the person who put together said Atlantic City bachelor party for his brother Matt.
Yo, no
So
way.
how odd is that? That Ted Wilson, I just have his number from that one event because I drove to Atlantic City. Ted is the older brother of my friend Matt, who is one of my fraternity brothers, and I stay in contact with. And yeah, a bunch of guys. We rented a Airbnb in Atlantic City. If you're not in tune with how the city of Atlantic City is when you go away from the boardwalk, it is a pile of shit. That city is fucking detestable. Like it is awful. And the place we stayed in was bootleg. But that's what it should be. You're at a bachelor party for the weekend in Atlantic City. It's do I have a couch or a recliner or a bed to sleep on? Then I don't care. I'm not looking for fanciness like hot water, but I mean, it was a roof over our head, and I went for the second day. But yeah, I mean, it was a blast. We did go to the strip club, but we also went to the gun range. So props to Ted for putting together that we were able to go to like the gun range and stuff like that. But yeah, man, good guy. Saw him again at the wedding. Exchanged pleasantries. A gentleman and a scholar. But he put together a real fun bachelor party. So that's my take on Ted Wilson.
How far is Atlantic City from you?
I can get to Atlantic City in like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a bad drive at all. Hop on the highway and go.
Is Ted Wilson still married?
As far as I know, Ted Wilson is still married, um,
Okay.
with two kids.
Congratulations, Ted. Fantastic bachelor party. You've done it, despite your serial killer name. You've married and had offspring. That's very good.
Great job, Ted. Listener of the week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if his brother was like, "Hey, do you listen to Jeff's podcast?" You go, "Who the fuck is Jeff? Jeff Warden?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?" So maybe
He's
Ted
after me in the
found us.
alphabet.
J. No. L.
Oh. Wow. One name above Tozer Hammond. This
Wow.
is John Hammond, his brother. So when I first moved to, well, I think I don't even remember if I met. So Tozer was my college roommate, star of Redondo TV, and when I was looking for a job, I mean, my first job was in DC through like an internship thing. But when I was moving there, I had nowhere to live, and Tozer's older brother John was like a staffer on Capitol Hill. So they let me crash on their couch for way too long, and I didn't appreciate it at the time. I mean, I did. I mean, I appreciated it, but I must have lived on their couch for like 4 months. And when they like, then finally Tozer moved down there, and we were gonna room together or find a place, but then they were gonna kick me out of there, and I was so livid about it, like that they were gonna kick me out of living on their couch after I'd lived there for like 4 months, and I
4
couldn't process it,
months.
like a real asshole. But he was a good dude, and kind of introduced me to the city, introduced me to like late 20 something life in a way. Like he was my shepherd into like city life, and like because I was 22 and like whatever the party scenes in a way, but it was sort of reserved because he was like a staffer. So there was like that scene of like everybody still had Blackberries. This was like 2006, 7 around that time. Um, but it was, I mean, good dude, very happy, like loved the party. Uh, and I remember one of my favorite things was they had like a PlayStation 2 there, and I got into shape. This was like my first time getting into shape after college. I got into shape from playing Dance Dance Revolution on a Dance Dance pad. So like I would usually get home before they would because they'd be out at events and stuff. So I would be at their place on their Dance Dance pad, like doing Dance Dance Revolution. That's how I learned it, and I did it. I've been walking in the city in DDR. Like I lost like easily 10 pounds my first couple months there. I loved it, and then that's where I first watched The Office, the series at that house. Um, and I got it by Netflix DVD. So I got like 3 or 4 episodes at a time on a disc, and then I had to send them back. But I was like, this shit is hilarious. This show is amazing because I work in an office now, so I get it.
I just love this description that you're painting of yourself, because it started with, I was mad that these guys kicked me off of their couch after 4 months. Like, you're like, yeah, dude, I like was playing DDR all the time and like getting Netflix DVDs and watching The Office. You sound like a fucking pile of shit that was on their couch.
I know.
And
I didn't
bless
see it.
those saints for harboring you for 4 months, you ingrate.
Well, part of it was I knew like Tozer was going to come down, so I was waiting for him so that we could get a place. And as soon as he came down, they were like, you got to get out of here. And it's like, what the fuck? What have I ever done? Except every time when you come home, there's a guy on your couch there.
You know what, guys? Maybe I don't even want to play DDR with you anymore.
Yeah. They get paid like $350 a month or something like that to sleep on the couch. But it was a nice couch. It was like one of those leather ones that's also like sort of hard leather in a way, but not like too hard, but where it like feels real nice on your skin and all that stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, I get it now. I didn't then. Like, you're kicking me out? I'm a pile of fun, dude. We play Tiger Woods 04. We do DDR. I go out with you guys and hang out with your uppity friends. Like, look at me. What a king. Yeah. But yeah, dude.
I would like to remind our fans too, our listeners, that their parents named him John. And they named the next son Tozer. That is a jump. That is a fucking jump.
Yeah.
Are those the only two?
Yeah. You know what? I think Tozer though was like had to be tied to like his grandfather somehow in a way, if I remember correctly. I mean, there's other sons. I mean, there's other marriages and other children, but those two are direct. But yeah, yeah. Good for them, And DC was a hell of a city, I gotta say. I might have had a dream about it the other night, especially in your mid-20s, especially with the metro. You don't have to have a car, getting everywhere. The zoo is free, all that stuff. We talked about it, but just cool city. Dug it a lot. It's where I asked out a stripper, was in DC.
Mm-hmm. It all comes full circle.
Again,
back to the stripper talk.
Yeah, to make that clear, don't worry. Strippers don't want to have sex with us. That's the thing. If you're ever worried about it, they never do. And I don't either. I don't want to. I just wanted to. I mean, she was already pregnant, so again, I just wanted to hang out with her.
So great.
Just wanted a relationship. I wanted to be a stepdad, and it didn't work out. So that's why I don't want to be that now.
Right.
Unless it works out.
Right.
And your moves are hot.
Right. Well, that seems reasonable. I think it's a better place than ever to put a pin in it. We'll put a pin in it.
Are we gonna end at an hour?
Yeah.
An hour or under?
Right before. Just at that 30-40 minute mark.
All right. Well.
So yeah. Stay tuned for our
I tried to hit the theme song. I knew it was gonna work. So now we got to dance out to the theme song. Because my attention span doesn't work properly. It's the age of convenience.